Hi, this is Samantha. This is video number 4 on This Is My Opinion, Take It or Leave It. This time I'm talking about bullying, and in the schools it's going on a lot, and it's causing a lot of kids to either be in counseling, be depressed, sometimes committing suicide, and it's causing them to have bad grades, have self-conscious about themselves. And really, the bullying needs to stop. I don't know why kids think they gotta bully other kids if it makes them feel better about themselves. I don't know why they do it. I don't know why they think they have to. Maybe they're having problems at home. Maybe they have a parent that's being mean to them or abusive to them, or they're bullying because it makes them feel better about themselves. They want to feel superior. I don't know. But all I know is that the bullying needs to stop. It's causing so much problems in the schools. There's people bringing guns to school because they feel they need to protect themselves, or if the kids are bringing knives, and it's just getting out of control. There's so much going on in schools as it is for kids nowadays. They have so much going on in their heads. They're teenagers, they have their hormones going, they have their school activities going, they have their education to think about, and they don't need to be bullied. They don't need to have all that extra stress going on. And the bullies have the same thing going on. They have their education, they have their extracurricular activities. Why, instead of bullying somebody, why don't you go do an extracurricular activity? Go into a sport. Go into football. Use that aggression that you might want to bully someone with and tackle it onto somebody else's team, or do it in baseball or track, run against the other opponents. Do something else besides bullying those kids. Find an extra activity to do for yourself. Don't sit there and bully those kids. Why do it? You have no reason to do it. You don't need to be bullying those kids, and it's just ridiculous. You have no reason to act that way. If you have that big of a problem, find counseling for yourself. Talk to a school teacher, talk to a school counselor. If you don't want to do it in school, find another adult that you respect, or you have that you admire, or somebody that you can talk to that you need to get something out that is bothering you that makes you want to bully other kids. Because there's too much going on in this world right now. There's wars going on, there's people fighting as it is. You don't need this to add to this in this life. You don't need to add to these other kids' issues they may have going on in their own lives. As they say, people with glass houses shouldn't throw stones. So if you're having problems in your own home, don't take it out on somebody else, in school. Like I said, see a counselor. Find somebody you can talk to. Don't be bullying those other kids, because all that's going to do is make matters worse. And we have all these problems in the schools with people wanting to blow up a school, or have guns in school, or knives in school. The teachers don't need it. The school administration don't need it. You definitely don't need it. You don't need to go to jail or get suicidal or whatever yourself after what you do to somebody else. So just find somebody to talk to. Sit there and get help for yourself instead of bullying those other kids. You don't need to do it. There's no reason to. So just stop bullying everybody and just be somebody that can be a better person. Like I said, find an extracurricular activity. Join a club. Do something. Something that'll help you out, so that way you don't have to be bullying those kids. Because all it's going to do is make matters worse in your life. When you get older, you might end up in jail or something. And then you're going to get bullied in jail because people are going to go after you. There's always going to be someone bigger than you that might go after you. So if you ever think of that, so don't be bullying those kids, because they might get upset too, and one of these days want to come after you because they're upset. It's gone too far, and that's why there's so much problems in schools with all these things you see on the news with guns and people getting killed, and it has to stop. For people who want to commit suicide, think of the families, think of the parents of these kids that all this stuff happens to. What are the parents going through as well? You know, you don't need to be bullying those kids. Like I said, get help. It will help you out in the end and maybe make you a better person. And this is Samantha, or my opinion, take it or leave it. And blessed be.